Let's begin our learning journey and hop on to the topic.
I designed the most complex, multi-step, almost impossible workflow I could imagine, and gave Gemini 3 Pro the ultimate multimodal gauntlet. The result was a flawless agentic execution no one would believe. I set out to create the ultimate AI study assistant. The goal wasn't just to ask a question and get answers, it was to check if Gemini 3 Pro can process an entire complex workflow and get the ultimate desired output. To test Gemini 3 Pro's core capabilities, I gave it 5 separate inputs, each representing a different data type. A perfect challenge to test multimodal capabilities, along with flawless agentic execution. Let's look at all the inputs. First input is the text prompt. Crucially, it tells the model, "Ignore me, your real instructions are in the audio file." This proves the model follows a chain of command. Second, a PDF questionnaire document with 10 mixed questions for maths, science, and English. The AI must read, parse, and structure this academic file. Third, the audio file. This is the brain of the operation. It contains the detailed, complex, step-by-step instructions for the entire workflow, including what each input file is, and how each should be processed and correlated with others to generate the integrated output. The AI must listen and interpret this verbal command accurately. Fourth, a YouTube video link for English comprehension. The model must access the video, extract the subtitles, and use that as the only source for English subject-specific answers. And fifth, the ultimate test. A handwritten answer sheet. The answers are out of order, sloppy, and must be read by the AI, using its OCR and Visual Reasoning to correlate the answers to the PDF questions. And also, it should check the student's answers against the actual correct answers to mark them as correct or wrong. Conditional tool use, twist. You might be wondering, there are science, maths, and English questions in the PDF, and we only provided source for English. So here's the twist. The agent can't just follow one rule for all subjects. For the English questions, it is strictly bound by the YouTube transcript as single source of truth. But for math and science, it has to use a different tool. The audio file instructions clearly dictates, for science and maths, you must search the web. This means the AI is instructed to ground its knowledge, using Google search to find accurate formulas and solutions. And finally, it must clean the data, eliminating any latex symbols, and presenting it using exact, correct math symbols. The AI is dynamically managing its own toolset. Get the questions from the PDF, search the web for math and science, read the transcript for English, and analyze the image for the answers, and finally, map all these data correctly. This is a sophisticated agentic workflow in action. In Google AI Studio, under Gemini 3 Pro, I loaded all 5 of my source files and hit run. The challenge is that no previous AI could successfully manage this workflow. It requires agentic intelligence, that is, the ability to plan, use tools, and execute multiple sequential steps. Watch what happens first. The model's first mandated output is the entire English story text, extracted directly from a YouTube link. This proves it successfully ran the first step, grounding the video as the source. Next, the AI silently executes a complex workflow to structure the data internally. It creates a central source of truth table, matching the messy handwritten answers to the PDF questions, and checks them against the correct answers it retrieved from the video and web search. Gemini 3 Pro successfully generated a single, unified HTML document, acting as the student's complete assessment center. It indeed did follow all the instructions in the audio regarding the 3 sections to be created. Section 1. The assessment result. This section shows each question, the student's answer, the correct answer, and the final grade, right or wrong. For science and maths, it also provided the exact formula to be used. For English, the direct quote from the video was taken. This demonstrates absolute source adherence. Section 2. Weak topic explanation. For every question marked wrong, it generated a custom tutorial information. We see detailed breakdown for complex topics like probability. Even for English, it corrects the student's errors like confusing mother with grandmother and the wrong physical trait. Section 3. Practice questions. It concludes the session by generating a new set of targeted retest questions, 2 per week topic. This completes the learning loop, ensuring targeted learning and retest, all within one self-generated output. I can even convert this whole workflow into an app or a reusable tool just by giving a prompt, which I did and got all the code. However, I did not install and test it for now. I am sure it will work. From a text command, an audio, a video, a PDF, a messy handwriting, Gemini 3 Pro orchestrated a full, end-to-end workflow. Multimodal analysis, agentic planning, OCR, web search, cross-referencing, and HTML code generation. This is the true power of the next generation of AI. Before you try to replicate this ultimate test yourself, I want to conclude by offering a few important caveats about working with advanced models like Gemini 3 Pro. 1. The reality of iteration. While the final output is a perfect, flawless execution, this was not a one-and-done prompt. To push the boundaries of the model and enforce such complex conditional logic, I had to go through multiple iterations. I specifically refined the critical audio file instructions several times to reach this exact level of precision and prevent the model from deviating from the plan. 2. The challenge of source grounding. Most modern AIs, including Gemini, are inherently trained to default to web search right at the bat. This means it is surprisingly difficult to instruct the model to ignore the web and only rely on a specific enclosed source like the YouTube transcript. Forcing the model to be source-grounded for English, while simultaneously allowing web search for math and science, required extremely precise, almost restrictive prompting to successfully override its search instinct. 3. Data must be accessible. Finally, remember the foundation of the English section. Data availability is non-negotiable. The entire workflow relies on the model being able to extract clean, accessible text. If the linked video does not have a transcript or high-quality captions, the model has no textual source to reference, and that portion of the agentic flow will simply fail. So, what challenge should I give Gemini 3 Pro next? Let me know in the comments below. That's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.